Yo, check this out.
Never in my entire life have I seen a situation when a shooting happens and then somebody completely unrelated to the shooting that just happened jumps up and down and says that they did it and gets arrested for saying that they did it, implying that they did it. Well, for whatever reason, George Zinn, who is a 71-year-old man, was moved to do that, right? Instantly. Charlie Kirk gets shot. Suddenly, the 71-year-old man jumps up and creates what is obviously some sort of distraction. So let's just take a look at this clip of him being arrested in the aftermath.
That's right, the main sign.
Well, now it's about to get even stranger because since he's been arrested, he's now facing charges of obstruction of justice because he didn't do it, right? Why would you do that? Why would you obstruct justice in this manner? And now, in addition to those charges, we learn that he's been harboring images of child abuse. He has kitty poo. This is the headline. I can't make this up. Man arrested for allegedly faking confession to Charlie Kirk's killing. George Zinn, accused of obstructing justice, was also booked in connection with images on his cell phone related to child abuse. So we learn from this article that after being arrested, the 71-year-old man for this second-degree felony, which is obstruction of justice, he was also, when the police had approached him, he was being weird about giving them his cell phone. So they took him into custody, they treated him for a medical condition, and then they start asking this guy questions about, what are you doing? Can we see your cell phone? And he's being really cagey about giving over his cell phone. And what they discover is that when asked by an officer, after they figure out that he's not being cooperative, is that he has images. He has images of kitty, there's no other way to say this, related to child abuse on his cell phone. Now, what does that tell you about this guy? What that signals to me about George Zinn is that, I've read a lot about Jeffrey Epstein. I've read a lot about blackmail operations. The people they tend to go after are people who are into children. Full stop. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, he's just been charged here, so I guess we have to say allegedly, but that's what's coming out now, that they found images on his cell phone. So this guy who is into this sort of thing, we also figure out that in the past, he has given interviews related to September 11th and Al-Qaeda. He is in Utah and he is obstructing justice. And he also happens to have this totally disgusting addiction of some description. I'm assuming it's an addiction, and that's what he's harboring. He's harboring child abuse images on his phone. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's my instinct immediately. I don't like this guy. That is suspect, okay? Something to watch.
I'm the faceless prophet, and I approve this message.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told us.